I grew up in Valparaiso, and it was a wonderful place as a kid. You know, lots of kids running around all over the place, lots of great activities, and as a family we used to spend a lot of time in the downtown area, walking up and down Lincoln Way, and getting ice cream cone at Brown's Ice Cream, and going to the old theater just south of the courthouse, and it was just a great place to grow up.
Well, obviously I was born and raised here. My grandparents were as well. So I'm at least third generation, but I don't know how far back it honestly goes. And my grandfather was a pharmacist in downtown Valparaiso. Seaver's Drugstore was his pharmacy. So I spent a lot of time downtown and kind of running around and going back and forth. You could walk everywhere. I would walk from my house on Northview Street, downtown to see my grandparents, and so I spent a lot of time in the whole downtown area. So you got to know a lot of the people that were in business downtown. They would recognize me as their grandchild, and all of that.
My memories of Valpo itself. I grew up in, I went to Boone Grove High School, so I've been just south of the city, but kind of this is the hub of where we all went. Everything's developing, everything's getting bigger here in Valpo. But my first memories are just kind of running into town. We always went to the YMCA. We were big into that as kids. I have an older sister and a younger brother, and we went and we took swimming classes and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just community of Valpo that I remember, stores and things like that, but community, getting involved.
Well, the thing that brought me into the practice, I guess, is I knew Lisa, and I was always one of those people who was extremely anxious about walking into a dentist's office. Even the smell, when I'd walk in, literally my palms would sweat like a lot. So I've been coming to Dr. Lisa probably 10 years now.
It's interesting. There's always a balance. We want to offer the best technology and the best service that we can. By the same token, we want it to feel comfortable and non-intimidating. And so, you'll see in a lot of my ads and in our reception area, I've got a big picture of my family, because that's the primary focus of my life, as it is for everybody who walks through our door. And I want them to feel like they're a part of our family. Everybody who works with Smiles by Arnold and Associates is family. And if we can help patients to feel comfortable and feel like they're a part of our family, then the rest of it takes care of itself, because it's really all about relationships. We can provide the best dental care in the world, but if you don't have that human touch, if you don't have that ability to forge relationships based on trust and mutual respect, then nobody's going to come back.
When I joined Dr. Shideler and Dr. Arnold, I was welcomed into their family, and their family here, and the family of their staff, and the staff is wonderful. And I think when we have new patients that walk through the door, it's all about them.
And I'm always concerned about how my patients are feeling, if they're apprehensive or if they're having any discomfort or any of that. To me, it's a big deal. I've had a lot of dental work done in my own mouth, not just by my father, because obviously he's been deceased for quite a while now, but I can understand it. Last couple weeks ago I had my own root canal done. I went to the root canal specialist. I had to sit in his chair. I went through that whole system, and so you see it from the other side of the chair, and I think that makes you very aware of what they're going through and how to increase their comfort level.
She's always been very gentle with me, and it's never given me any pain. I don't like pain, but I was even living in Ohio and coming back here to see Dr. Lisa, and there was a time I had I think 2 crowns that I needed put on, and I said do them both at the same time, and she was a little apprehensive about that, but I didn't want to make that. It was a 5-hour trip. I just do it all at once, and I'll see you next time. But she's always been very good to me and understanding.
I think it's the easiest time to be a dental patient, because of the technology, because of the new techniques, because of some of the new materials. If you're a dentist or a dental practice that stays on top of those things, you're right, dentistry is less scary, it's less invasive, it's much more conservative than it's ever been, and it's just a lot more comfortable, and I couldn't have practiced 20 or 30 years ago. Those were the days where it was scary to be a patient. Even if you had the best dentist, they just weren't equipped like we are today to deal with some of the anxiety that people have. And it's natural to have anxiety associated with dental care, especially if you've had a bad experience at some point. So our goal is really just to create a feeling, an atmosphere of trust, and where patients are confident that not only are they going to get great care, great service, but it's going to be comfortable, it's going to be gentle, and we're going to listen and understand those natural fears that some people have.
I enjoy seeing children. I like to treat children, and I think children are kind of the raw example of every adult. They come in here, they don't know what to expect. They have a lot of fears because they don't know what to expect. So the more you can get them in here, talk about their day, get them comfortable, and like I said, earn that trust with these children, then you can get them through any kind of procedure. And if you give them a good experience, they're set up for a lifetime of good dental health. You know, there's so many adults that have had those rougher experiences that for a lifetime they're hesitant to come in, put off treatment, and then it becomes a bigger issue. If we can get people into a healthy dental regimen, then they don't fear coming in. It's just a part of their routine, and you can give them a great lifetime of dentistry.
We have an excellent group of women that work with us right now. It's almost inherent in them. You know, they know how they want to be treated when they go somewhere else, and so we're very fortunate that they translate that in their own jobs. I think everybody's entitled to a bad day now and then, you know, but ultimately we're all here because of the patients, and they all know that. They all know that my #1 concern is that patient and to make sure that they have a good experience. And so they just know. I'm really lucky. I don't have to be on them all the time. I mean, they get it, you know.
Every time I do come in, they're always sweet to me. I just enjoy everybody here.
The people that we deal with here are truly professional. It's a pleasure to come in and work with them. I'm in a service business myself, and I know that, you know, it's sometimes hard to paint that smile on your face, but you come in here and it is a good situation every time you come in. I've worked with Lisa Sandberg and Kim Steinhilber for years, doing the hygiene, and you know they've always done a fantastic job, and it's more or less you come back in and you're talking to friends maybe you haven't seen for a while. So it's really a laid-back atmosphere, and they do take the fear out of the dentist chair.
You know, dentistry is kind of a byproduct. It's what I do. It's my profession. But meeting people, helping people, and we take the time to sit down with people and talk to them, get to know them, earn trust. And I think in dentistry, trust is a big factor in having people feel comfortable here.
You know, as soon as you walk in the door, they always say hello. One of my pet peeves is when you walk into a business and nobody even looks up. You walk into a store to buy something and they ignore you for 10 minutes. So you walk in here and they're always like, hello, and how are you today? They ask about you. They come right out. You're never sitting in your waiting room for more than, 5 minutes max. They always come out, get you seated, ask you about your day. They're very engaging. They know how to make you feel comfortable. They don't just go to work. They're talking about, how's your day? How are your kids? For some reason, they can remember everything about you. I don't know how they do it, but they calm you right down, and the visits are great, painless.
You know, there are a lot of great dentists out there. You know, I'm very pleased to be in a community where, people do have options. You know, when it comes right down to it, you can go to a variety of different places. I think what we have going for us is just the people who work with us. And I tell you, I would be proud to have any one of our 17 employees, represent me in any setting, because they're just good people. They want to listen, they want to take care of you, they want to do what is in your best interest and do it in a comfortable, kind of safe way. I think our credentials kind of speak for themselves. If you go to our website and see, what we've done in the world of cosmetic dentistry, locally, nationally, and even internationally, I think it speaks for itself. Some of those other services, the sedation, the laser dentistry, the Invisalign, there's just a lot of really great services that we offer, in addition to your bread and butter, fillings and cleanings and whitening and that sort of thing. So I think we offer a little bit for everybody. I think in an atmosphere that's comfortable and healthy, with people who I think you'll enjoy spending time with. And we don't want it to be just another dental appointment. We want you to feel like you're coming home. You're in a place where people really care about you. You're not just a mouth. You're important and you're special, and we want to find that connection and build that relationship for a lifetime.